26 the same as your 26? Okay. Um, Anybody else see the worksheet? Darius? And I know you passed it to Darius. Anybody else see the worksheet? Marion? Anybody else see the worksheet? All right, we're going to go ahead and start number 26. I am super impressed with Ari. She's on IXL, but we're not actually going to get on IXL today. Thank you for doing that without being asked, so Ari, that's awesome. But what I want you to do right now is you don't have to close it up because you're going to be getting back on it because most of you did not do your homework. So those of you who didn't do your homework, you're going to get on and watch the video and work the problems along with the video where I worked them in the video for you today. We are going to start with number 26, so everyone's going to start with us on number 26. Right now, everyone's getting paper out, pencil, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Raise your hand if you need paper. 5, 4. Raise your hand if you need a pencil. 3, 2, 1. All right, so we are starting with number 26 from Friday's homework, which you will need for so you can get credit for it. It is in the video as well, but I prefer you all just follow along with me now. So right now we're going to start. Write the problem. 21.5 divided by 4 times x minus 5.5 divided by 3 times x. Normally we would just multiply these denominators, but then if I multiply, there's an x in both of these, so I don't really need to multiply by an x. What do you think the common denominator should be, Dior? Is that part of your issue? Okay. So we could just multiply those together and we get 4x times 3x squared. But we could also just multiply this one by 3 and we get 12x, and this one by 4 and we get 12x. And then we're not messing with more variables. Does that make sense? So I'm going to do that. So times 3 gives me 12x. So you're writing the problem if you haven't already. Now we're going to rewrite and give ourselves 2 more fractions. Here I would multiply the bottom by 4 to get 12x. Now I have common denominators. Somebody last period forgot, remember when you multiply and divide, you don't need a common denominator. But when you add and subtract, you do. And sometimes when we're doing those complex fractions, we do need to combine the terms, so we will need to get a common denominator for parts of it. But for this one, now I have a common denominator of 12x. How am I going to get my new numerator, Dior? Yeah, so I'm going to put the bottom by 3 on this side, so I'm going to multiply this. That is 63, I think it's 64.5. Somebody help me out. So 3 times 21 is 63. 3 times 0.5 is 1.5. Is 64.5? 3 times 21.5? Okay, cool. Oh, and I put plus, but it's not plus, is it? So if you copied me, let's fix it while we work in pencil on math. Minus. Now I'm going to multiply the bottom here to get 12x. I multiplied it by 4. So I'm going to multiply the top by 4. I think it's 22. Somebody help me get 5.5 times 4 is 22. Now I have like denominators. All I have to do is take 64.5 and subtract. So now we keep the denominator, 12x, and we subtract 64.4 minus 22, 42.5. And that will be our final answer. All right. Anybody have any questions? Lee, the viewer? Simmons, do you have any questions? No. And I'm good. I'm going to do 30 and 32. Do you have any questions besides that? told my first period I'm going to work 30 and 32 first. So let's work 30 and 32, and then I'll go back with you on number 10, okay? So everybody's following with me. These are your notes. We're going to do 30 and 32 together. That way you'll have them, since most of you didn't do your homework anyway. So what is a perimeter of a rectangular garden? That is 5 plus x divided by 2 feet long, and 2x minus y divided by 3 feet wide. So we're going to start, we're going to draw our garden. You should always start with a picture on these. This is my garden. Doesn't have to be an elaborate picture, right? Perimeter, remember where the perimeter is with perimeter? That's area, right? Area. Perimeter is the distance around. So if I want to know, if I were walking around this garden, if I started here and walked this way, all the way back around to my starting point, how far would that be, right? The distance around. If it's a rectangle, we've got a nice little neat formula for that. So the perimeter is 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. Everybody should have this on your paper now. You should have a rectangle, and you should have the formula for perimeter of a rectangle. These are your notes. So we're going to go ahead and write the length here. This tells us it's 5 plus x over 2 feet long, so I'm going to label it 5 plus x over 2 feet long. And it tells me that this is the width. And it says how wide it is, that's the width. So it's 2x minus 1 over 3 feet wide. So we should know, right, the formula is 2 times the length plus 2 times the width, and it's because there's a length on both sides for perimeter, right? So they have this side and this side have the same length. This side and this side have the same length. So now we're going to plug into the formula. So the perimeter equals 2 times the length. So the length is 5 plus x divided by 2 plus 2 times the width. And the width is 2 times x minus 1 all over 3. So really, this is an addition problem. The first thing I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to go ahead and simplify a little bit. So here, I could distribute this 2, but I could also just cancel these 2's out here, right? 2 divided by 2 is 1, so that simplifies to 1. So now I've got the perimeter equals 5 plus x plus, now I'm going to distribute here. I can't simplify the 2 and the 3. So 2 times 2x is 4x minus 2 all over 3. So I'm going to put grouping symbols back around that. Everybody follow along, understand where we are here? So now we want to add this expression 5 plus x to this expression 4x minus 2 over 3. But we can't do that without a like denominator. So remember, if it's not a fraction, put it over 1. So now I need to convert. I don't have to mess with this one. I can convert this first term to a denominator, to an expression with a denominator of 3. All I have to do is multiply by 3 here. So I'm going to leave this one the same. So it's going to be something plus 4x minus 2 all over 3. So if I multiply the bottom times 3, now I've got to multiply the top by 3. So my denominator is 3. And now it's 3 times 5, which is 15, plus 3 times x, which is, 3x. Now I have like denominators, so my perimeter, I'm going to put everything over 3. We're going to keep our denominator, and then we're going to add here 3x and 4x, 7x. 15 minus 2 is a positive 13. So the perimeter is 7 times x plus 13 divided by 3 feet. up with me? All right, and 32. 32, they tell us we have an expression that leads to a solution. So this is a sum. It says adding two expressions leads to a solution. So now we know that 5x divided by 6 is the sum. One expression is x over 3. I'm going to get out of here now. So the sum is 5x over 6. And that's equal to something plus x over 3, right? So the way we can do that, if this were 5 equals something plus 2, we'd know we just subtract the 2 from the sum, right? And that's what we're going to do here. So if we wanted to know what the something is, we subtract 2, and that would be 3. That is not our problem. Ours is not as nice and neat as that, but it's the same concept. So here, to find the other thing that we're adding together to get 5x plus 6, we take the 5x over 6, 5x divided by 6 minus x plus divided by 3 will give me that other value. So now I need like denominators. So I can just multiply them together for these super simple ones though. I'm going to notice that all I really need to do is multiply this by 2, and then I'll have the same denominator as the first term. Remember, if you do that to the bottom, you're going to do the same thing to the top. So we're going to keep this one, just because we can convert the other term into a denominator of 6 pretty easily. So minus 2x over 6. Consider you writing down what I'm writing down, buddy? These are the last two problems of your homework. This is number 32. Now that we have like denominators, keep the denominator, add or subtract the numerators. That's going to give us 3x. But now we can simplify. Final answer should be x over 2. Right? 3 divided by 3 is 1. 6 divided by 3 is 2. So 1 times x is x over 2. So this is the other number. If we add x plus 2 to x plus 3, we'll get 5x over 6. Any questions on that one? All right, so those are the last two problems of the homework from Friday, which is your first grade for the quarter. I'm going to go ahead and turn off this recording.